Hi friends and welcome for a new video of Martina's Talk. Today's topic is going to be a pretty important one for me, and it's how I keep myself motivated to practice and work out every day. So let's get started. For me, in my yoga practice and in my workout routine, staying motivated is so important to keep myself accountable and to really step on my mat every day or almost, and to just be consistent, because after all what really matters in your practice is not how long you stay on your mat, but your ability to show up every day or almost every day. I don't really practice every day, but I'm gonna cover this part later. So many of you have been asking me how I keep myself motivated to do this every day. Actually, I just love to practice, so I don't really need to force myself to do so. It's something that it's part of my routine, something I love to do, and it's something I just do. It's part of my day. It's something makes me feel better. I know that, and that it's enough to keep my self present to my practice and to keep me accountable to showing up on my mat every day. But life is not perfect, and every day is not the same. And of course, I do have days in which I'm super busy, days in which I feel lazy, or I had a bad day, bad time, bad period, or I'm not feeling 100% physically. So what do I do, and do I push myself to practice or do I take breaks? It depends. So let's start with the most common case, which is I'm feeling super lazy that day, and I just want to lay down and relax and do all the nothing. There are two options here. I'm feeling lazy because I've been working a lot, like I've been practicing a lot, working out, doing all the things, so my body feels like it needs to take a break. In this case, I do take a break. I don't force myself. My body needs to rest, I rest. I try to listen to myself and to give myself what I need. So in that case, I do take a break, even because if I force myself to practice in that situation, it might be worse for my body, and then I might need to take more than one rest day. So I usually take the break. If I feel lazy just because it's let's say it's not a exactly good day, it's hot, or just not feeling motivated, in that case I do try to push myself. I do push myself and I step on my mat. But how do I manage to do that? So what I usually do every time I try to push myself, so in this case and in other occasions that we are going to discuss in a minute, I just don't set a goal, like a big goal, because that might scare me in that moment. If I say to myself like, okay, now I'm gonna practice, I wanna work on this pose, and I'm gonna stay on my mat for 2 hours, that is just not gonna work. If I'm feeling lazy, the idea of working out or practicing for 2 hours, it's just not gonna motivate me to step on the mat. So what I do is just stepping on my mat and starting with my practice. And I say to myself, you can be here for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just start, and then you can stop whenever you want, no judgment. But at least you started and you did something. But if you feel like it's not what you need today, you will stop. And that's what I do. And usually when I start practicing, I do keep practicing for the entire time I would in a normal day when I feel motivated. So that's my little trick. I don't force myself to do too much that day if I'm not feeling to, but I just push myself to start. No goals, no big goals. Just start. Same thing that I do when I'm having a bad day because I'm sad for some reason, or I've been stressed out or something like that. In that case, I do the same. I just start, I tell myself that it will feel better after, and I know I will. I always do. So that's just what I do. This is what works for me. Not saying that it's like magic, but it works for me, and this is what I do. When I have a super busy day, there are days in which really can manage to squeeze in a workout or my practice time. In that case, I try to find at least 5 minutes for myself. 5 really small time, 5 minutes, it's a really small time to give to yourself, but if you manage to cut out all the rest, those 5 minutes can really change your day and can really set you in a better mood to deal with your busy day. So that's what I do. So basically that's it. This is how I keep motivated. This is how I push myself to step on my mat when I need to. But another important thing is to take breaks. So I usually practice from 5 to 6 times a week, and I do take 1 or 2 days off depending on the week and depending on how I'm feeling. There are some weeks I'm busier, so I practice less. I practice, let's say, around 3-4 times. I don't work out every day, but I do strength drills in all of my practices. I work out around 2-3 times per week. But there are also times in which I don't feel to work out, so I focus more on my yoga practice, and that's it. And I'm okay with that. So yes, that's it. I would say on how to stay motivated on a larger scale, on how to keep myself motivated to practice generally. I love my yoga practice. I know it makes me feel way better. I know how it changed my life and my relationships, my way of living my life. So that's what keep myself motivated to keep practicing. The way it affects in a positive way my life. And of course, to feel the changes, you don't just need to practice one day and then take a week of break and then practice for 5 minutes. You need to be consistent to really appreciate and feel the benefits of the practice. So that's what I do. And on a larger scale also, having a small plan of what your week practice will look like might help. Getting organized if you're very busy with work, etc. might help as well, and setting little goals might help too in this case. If you, let's say, want to work on a pose and you have that goal, that might help you to stay motivated. Even though yoga practice is more about your inner balance and not about a pose, at the beginning that can help you to stick with your practice. So that's my advice on this part. And that's it for today. I hope you really enjoyed this little chat we had, and I hope you will find the motivation to keep stepping on your mat and keep going with your practice. You got it.